Quite a few times when I've been standing at the bus stop, people have given me money, mistakenly thinking that I was begging, rather than just waiting on a bus.
I was 8 months pregnant, I was in the street, and somebody stopped me and pointed out I was pregnant. They then said to me, "How did you get pregnant?" So I did end up saying, "I had sex with my husband. How do you think I got pregnant?"
There are so many times when members of the public come up to me and you, don't they? Oh, you look at them, don't you? So I'm like, what is she doing? What is she looking at? Is it something that I have to be alert and aware of? I feel so bad sometimes saying, please don't do that, but it is really unhelpful.
For many people, disability can seem to be a complex thing to talk about. Perhaps they fear saying the wrong thing or seeming patronising. 2/3 of us are uncomfortable when talking to disabled people, according to a survey done by the disability charity Scope. A disability can be a broad range of physical conditions, chronic health problems and mental health issues. Some disabilities are clearly visible, while others can't be seen. No! I don't suffer from my disability. Rather, I live with or have cerebral palsy. Saying a disabled person suffers from their disability portrays quite a negative image of a disabled person, rather than someone who just needs adjustments or the right support to be able to thrive.
There's still a huge amount of low-level discrimination that disabled people face. So they think it's amazing and wonderful, and aren't you incredible because you're out and about? Not something that just should be an accepted part of society. And we're not all inspirational just because we've got out of bed in the morning. It is actually one of the most patronising things for a disabled person to experience is for someone non-disabled to come and say, "You're so inspirational." Because if you say why, they often don't have an answer. I'm a disabled person, not a person with a disability. Person with a disability is often used by non-disabled people because they think it sounds nicer. But actually, for me, it's society that makes my life different. It's steps, it's cobbles, it's lifts that don't work. My disability is not a separate part of me that I can choose to pick up or put down.
I lost my sight 6 years ago. One time I was approaching a curb with Olga. She was on the pavement and I wasn't. A gentleman came over and gave her a stroke. It made her stop in her tracks a bit and I was still in the road. Please don't distract her because she's doing a job. She's my eyes.
I'm not wheelchair bound, confined to or in a wheelchair, rather I just use my wheelchair to get around, so I'm a wheelchair user or someone using a wheelchair. The jokes about my speeding or whether I've got a licence are pretty weird when you consider that my wheels are essentially my legs. It's not about avoiding topics or trying to say the right thing, rather just treating people as you yourself would wish to be treated. Like many things in modern society, it's about asking for a person's consent and how they want things to go down, rather than just assuming.
Stop and think how you talk to anyone else and use that when you talk to a disabled person. Just listen to what they say.
What would be so great is if people came up to me and asked me if they could stroke Olga. I think it's really important to have that dialogue between me and the person interacting with me because the audible world is so important to a blind person.
We don't need to be condescended to or treated differently. We need to be respected and supported. And if you like more of this content, click below to subscribe.